Pay-per-view. But let's look at what we're actually getting on pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is going to be opened by Diego De La Hoya, who a lot of people...
Go wasn't be looking.
I just saw him 6 months ago at Velasco.
Yeah, but that's honestly the...
But I did see him knock out that guy that ate some ice cream.
He's basically on the fairground to get up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, we got Diego De La Hoya opening up the card. Nephew of Oscar and everything. Cousin, my apologies. Yeah, cousin of Oscar De La Hoya. Has had a tough road. If you go look at his fights, he's actually had a tough road to get where he's at right now. Then we got Joseph Diaz right after Diego. We have Willie Monroe and Gabriel Rosado, who have a lot of bad blood with one another considering the conference call and everything like that. Plus we know how Rosado fights, and we know how Willie fights.
That's a fight I'm looking forward to.
Alright, and then we have Canelo versus Smith. The way I see it is,
Keep going.
a lot of us don't know
What's the
about,
main event?
know a lot about
Are they saying us to watch that?
Canelo Alvarez versus Liam Smith, and a lot of people may be down for it in the States because
Beefy? Buffy? What's it?
we in the States, we don't know that much about Liam Smith.
We don't.
He's more of a UK fighter. He's more of that region, that realm over there. We're in our realm. We said Kell Brook was nothing and everything like that, but he came and beat Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? So he has to have something. Ricky Hatton, we said he was nobody, but he came over here and proved us wrong once in a while. So we have had fighters. We've had Joe Calzaghe come and prove wrong and everything. So yeah, exactly. So we have had fighters from the UK, from that area, from Europe, come and prove us wrong. Can Liam Smith, given the very limited knowledge that we have of him, can he put up a show? Can he put up something to beat up Canelo? I know I interviewed Rosado earlier last week, and he said the first 5 to 6 rounds, those are going to be entertaining as hell because I expect Liam Smith to actually be in there. Same thing with Joel Diaz, said the exact same thing. They expect him to actually put on a show for a couple of rounds. They don't expect it to go to distance, but they expect Liam Smith to actually show something. Do you guys expect Liam Smith to show something, or do you think he's just basically being sent out to the wolves?
I mean, yeah, he had the belt, he's undefeated. Canelo got a taste of that, like UK money against Khan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what ground beef's gonna do, man. I don't like.
You just call him ground beef?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, you just call him ground beef?
Yeah, ground beefy. Yeah, I mean, he's a big guy. I mean, he looks big. I mean, I'm sure he'll try to use that to his advantage. But I mean, Canelo's just too skilled, I think, for him. That's it.
Fred,
I'm not paying $65. I will be streaming this from my. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm just, it's not sexy enough. We got the height of the undercard is Willie Monroe and Gabe Rosado, who Willie Monroe called Gabe Rosado a middleweight thought. They're both middleweight thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like they
fought
both
everybody.
Nobody.
They fought everybody.
Willie Monroe, quote unquote, quit. Ray Neese, what's his name? Jack Neese? Ray Neese? Roy Neese looked him in the eye and said, "Do you want to continue?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to continue?" He was like, he tried to do this subtle as he could. No.
Because you know with his eyeballs.
Gabe Rosado has no scar tissue left. He said he had surgery, but he has no scar tissue left. De La Hoya, I don't know enough about it. I've seen his last 2 fights, Velasco, and I saw him on the undercard of Canelo.
Yeah.
Jojo Diaz, he's talented, but he's definitely not ready for pay-per-view. And you're telling, now I got to make a decision. Do I wait for $65 for November 19th, or do I pay my $65 now? You know what I mean? It's too hard to fight a guy I've never heard of. At least they should have put him in with a guy that has a name, something. But Liam Smith, maybe he learned from the Floyd Mayweathers of the world. Take the road of least resistance to get where you need to be, and then you take the risk.
That's definitely the road he's taking. It's just, like you said, like steal the money. You know what I mean?
Rob the bank.
Yeah.
Fernando Vargas, I'm sorry, but Fernando Vargas said, I interviewed Fernando Vargas one time, he said, I should have robbed the bank more. He said, that's the one thing I regret about my career. I should have robbed the bank.
He jumped into the title.
Back to back.
Yeah. He was what, 21 years old when he fought Trinidad?
Yeah, 21, 22, yeah.
Now let me ask you a question that he brought up a good point. Liam Smith isn't sexy enough for us to be put on pay-per-view because we might not know much about him. Put him in with a name. My question to you is, who would be that name?
I mean, there's really nobody at the moment that I can think of. Kell Brook in the future. I mean, that's somebody, but if we have to pass up on Liam Smith, who else is there? I mean, truthfully, at junior middleweight
I think
division.
would have been fun.
What's that?
Lemieux would have been good.
Oh, Lemieux, yeah, but here's the problem. He doesn't want to fight at 160 right now.
Lemieux's next fight's contracted for 165. And remember, for the Brian Rose fight before he was supposed to fight
That's one
Pacquiao.
thing you have to take into consideration. If Canelo Alvarez decides to fight Lemieux, then everybody's going to be on his ass and you got to fight Triple G.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do to protect their investment is have the fighter who created 155 pounds as his own weight class to drop down an extra pound. So now I'm a junior middleweight. You can't tell me to fight a monster at 160 when I'm not ready to fight at 160. He would have heavily had contradicted himself and made himself even look worse. He would have been in hot water, just like Fernando was always in hot water. But you see what I'm saying? It's one of the reasons why they had to drop him back to 154 pounds because there was going to be way too many excuses.
Sure.
If he fights Lemieux and then fights BJ Saunders, and then, I mean, look at it. You're fighting at middleweight, you're fighting 160 pounds. Why aren't you fighting Gennady Golovkin? So they have to protect their investment and have him fight at 154. That makes a lot of sense to me as a businessman. I'm going to think about keeping my investment at 154. I'm not going to have him fight Gennady Golovkin next because guess what? We're building him to be an attraction. We're building him to be a superstar. And at the moment, Golden Boy doesn't have that many superstars.
But
No,
business-wise,
they have one superstar.
Okay, one superstar.
no, but business-wise,
semi-retired.
the pay-per-view makes perfect sense. Just like you said, like you were saying, like rob the bank. Like it's
Yeah.
people are gonna watch it. Like I just wish the pay-per-view was better. I mean, but like these guys, I love JoJo. Like he's a great kid.
He's
like,
coming.
Yeah, he is
He's
definitely.
coming.
Like give him like a formal title contender or former titleist or something like that. Like that maybe would be enough to be like, all right, like I'm interested because I like JoJo. Like he's a good guy. All that.
Yeah.
They would give him like a former titleist. I would have been like, you know what, like now I get to see all these guys and he's in a good fight. Yeah, like I definitely want to see this now. But they're all like, I mean, we could all tell who's gonna win. You know, I know it's boxing; it takes one shot, but I mean, I bet my life on who the 4 winners are gonna be.
So
who wins, Rosado?
Actually, except for that one.
Oh, I was
Actually, that one. Now that I think about that one.
that one's probably the most interesting fight of the night because we have Gabriel Rosado who scars up all the time, bleeds all the time, and gets hit all the time. But every time that he's done that, he's been hit by heavy punchers.
I said, I don't think it's not.
Right now, you
I
got
think
a
it's not
fight.
difficult a fight to pick. I mean,
You got a
Who you going
fight.
with?
I mean, Rosado's gonna lose this one.
I think he's gonna lose too.
I agree.
Because he lost at StubHub. That's what
He doesn't have any.
A lot of people have
It's
said
not
that
real-
the last
real
two
power
fights with
160.
him and Vargas in his corner haven't been all that great.
Hmm.
Haven't been all that great. But then you also got to think about it too. We have those fighters, like let's say we have those fighters that just when they get an opponent that they don't get up for, they just don't get up for them, and they look sluggish. They look terrible.
Guerrero's a great example.
Yeah,
of that.
Guerrero's a great example when he fought Aaron Martinez.
Now, does
Not the
Fernando
Peralta fight.
Vargas know how to communicate to his fighter? Because
Say it again?
does Fernando Vargas know how to communicate to his fighter? Because a lot of times when I see him in an interview, he looks lost.
He's a young
Doesn't know how to
trainer. He's a
answer.
Young trainer. He needs to get
So I don't
that
know.
right.
Does he get?
He's at the genesis of Punch Drunk though.
You know what
He's
I mean?
at the-
Does he get a little lost when he's communicating to his fighter? Does he get a little like
I love
uncertain of
that too.
how to articulate himself and how
I get
to
it.
provide the right information to his fighter? I don't know. It's nothing. I'm not, trying to talk badly of Fernando Vargas, but there's times where I've seen interviews and he seems a little lost with himself. He doesn't know how to answer the question quickly enough.
So I'm the only one on record saying that I'm going for Rosado. Then y'all two going with Willie winning.
I mean,
We gonna fight again.
I love Gabe. Like I love for Gabe to win, but I mean,
Gabe's not gonna win, man.
but I don't
Gabe
think
can't
he's- I don't think
box.
he's going. No, I'm saying I'd love for him to win. I like the guy.
I don't even
but,
think he has power.
That's what I
Yeah,
just
but
said
I
earlier.
don't think
he
he's
doesn't have
going
power
to
at
win.
160,
Yeah,
let
I
alone
definitely don't see
154.
And they charge